Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Palmetto Cats, where we unwrap the anglers of YouTube. Tonight, I have a special guest, Miss Betty Jean Cross. How you doing, Betty?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. Trying to fight this another respiratory infection. It's not the coronavirus, though. It's not the corona.
You know that's what everybody's gonna say.
Yeah, I had to get a big dose of some pills and had a pocket full of cough drops this morning when I went to church, so I wouldn't cough into my mask and make people worried.
Yep.
But good evening, everyone in chat. See Norm's on here, Mr. Sampson, Luna, Ace, Fishing with the Chad, K and B. Hello, everybody on Facebook. I like this Facebook streaming thing. I think we reach a different audience. I hear some clicking over there.
From my end?
You hear that clicking? Yeah. Kind of like a popping. Mr. Lyle, Mike Greenwell, J.R. Warskow. Hey, everybody. Finn Seeker, Maurice Kaysen, setting hooks and crossing eyes. They're coming in. All right, Betty, first question.
All right.
On your Facebook profile, it says nurse, and then it says queen of catfishing.
Yes.
That's a pretty big claim.
It is.
So what makes you the queen of catfishing?
Nothing makes me the queen. Actually, that used to say coupon queen. I was I was big into couponing, but I'm by no means the catfishing queen. I am a princess, apparently.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that popping sound is getting really loud. Something else going on around you?
I don't know what it would be. Let me see.
Hey, Nate. Yeah, we were sitting and chatting with each other for over 20 minutes, and that didn't happen. Of course, when you press the live button, that's when all the crazy stuff happens.
Is it still there?
Nope, it's good now.
Okay. I unplugged.
Yeah, we're gonna.
So
there it is again. We'll just keep plugging on. Hopefully, it doesn't bother everybody. Hey, Keith, how you doing? Fishing and stuff is in here. Did I miss anybody else? All right. So, how has being a registered nurse impacted you, especially over the past few months? Like, I'm sure it's been crazy from time to time, and we all thank you for doing what you do. And just tell us a little bit what it's like to be a registered nurse in the time of a pandemic.
Crazy. Busy. I run from the time I walk in the door to the time I get home. I do 12-hour shifts. There's times I do 6 12s in a row. I do that about once a month, and it kicks my butt. So it's busy. New things every day, things changing constantly. I hate change, but it's part of it. Yeah, it's different. So.
And you said at first, like, you kind of did fear for your safety a little bit, but you kind of got used to it after a while.
Yeah, like I said, fear of the unknown. When it first started, we didn't really know a whole lot about COVID. I think they kind of freaked us out a little more than we needed to be, but that's my opinion.
Right.
So, but
and I think it's interesting and that's why I brought it up, not to talk about COVID all night, but maybe it's me. When I talk, I hear the popping. That's weird.
I didn't hear.
I don't know.
We were on here earlier.
No, I didn't either. There we go. I twisted my cable. I'm not going to touch it anymore. Yeah, not to talk about COVID all night, but just to get the perspective from somebody who sees it on a daily basis. It's kind of interesting to me, and just to see what what your perspective was is interesting.
It's an ugly thing if you're a sick person. I mean,
yeah.
I feel like from what I've seen, I work in a very small hospital. But from what I've seen, I mean, when they come in with these comorbidities, with other things wrong with them, especially respiratory, it really hits them hard. Just like any other thing happens, like when somebody that has COPD and respiratory issues and stuff like that, they get the flu or other things, other viruses. I've seen some ugly situations, but
I bet
I've seen healthy people pull through it just fine. Me personally, I haven't seen a healthy person be super sick, but it's out there. So Yeah.
Yeah, scary, but seems like if you're young and healthy, it's a little easier for you.
That's
Hey,
nice.
I'm gonna unplug this mic,
Okay.
and we're gonna just.
Now we can't hear you.
How about now?
There we go.
All right. It probably won't be as loud, but we'll deal with it. We'll keep
Mhm.
going. Awesome. Oh, there it is. It wasn't the mic. All right, we're gonna press
I
on.
hear it, but I barely hear it. I don't know
That's
how.
all right. I'm not gonna let it ruin the show. We're gonna press on. What's your earliest memory that you can remember fishing?
Earliest memory fishing. With my sister's dad. He was he loved to hunt. He loved to fish. So my sisters are 5 and 6 years younger than me, I think. So they were babies at the time. So probably around that age, 5 or 6.
And did that like get you into it? Did that hook you and make you
No,
want to do it more, or was it later in life?
no. It actually when I got with Brandon when I was 17, and we didn't fish to the point we do now, but
Mhm.
we did it a lot more than I ever did as a kid. But I mean, we would go on camping trips every year and pop a tent at the creek, and
I love that.
yeah, yeah. So we do that every year, but we just we've had a boat for 1 year. That's it. So all
So the
that.
majority of your experience has been bank fishing.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I saw you like to catch bluegill, and
Yeah.
that's kind of like my heritage or lineage or whatever you want to call it. Like I grew up fishing with my dad on those shellcracker beds and
Yeah.
big bluegill. We call them brim, the
Uh-huh.
big brim beds, and man, that bobber going out, boom, and yanking it, man. Is that what kind of got you hooked
Yeah.
into it?
Oh yeah. We never targeted a specific fish. Like,
Right.
I mean, that wasn't even a thing. But you went fishing. I mean,
Hmm.
you caught what you caught.
You put a worm on the
It's,
hook and dropped it in,
yeah,
right?
exactly. So I mean, you'd get a lot of bluegill. Sometimes you'd get bass and crappie and different things like
Mm,
that. But I mean, targeting a species is totally new to me, really, and I think it's
mm.
cool.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you catch the thing that you're targeting.
Exactly, exactly. No kidding.
Fishing where the squirrel says, "Tell us about that boat."
Oh, my boat. Okay. Our new to us boat. It's a 2000 Crestliner. And there is a 2000 Honda 115 on it. We bought it from a guy who lives down by the Ohio River. He did catfishing tournaments. He had that wrap put on it. So we've done
Yeah,
a
the
few
wrap
other.
looks great.
I love it. I fell in love with it. I was nervous when we went to look at it. I was like, what did they cover up? You know what I mean? But the bones of that boat are great. They really are.
And
So, but yeah,
it's
we love it.
a deep hole, right? Or it's got high sidewalls on it.
It's a deep V, yeah.
Yeah, that's
hmm
awesome.
Yeah, because we had a little tiny 14-foot bass boat that we used before, very small, but it worked for us, And I wanted to start going to the river and stuff like that, and that was my thing. I want high sides, like because the bass
Yeah.
is, yeah.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, we love our boat.
I'm trying to. Charlie Hubbard put up a really interesting comment. I don't know what the context is, but he
Okay.
said, "I go on with my life unless they change the rules. Ain't no one getting out of alive tomorrow promises." I guess what he's trying to say is no one is promised tomorrow.
Right.
Maybe he's referring to what we were talking about with COVID.
Oh,
Maybe like no one's promised tomorrow, you just get to live it, That's a good point, man. We were actually talking before, with our house issues and everything, and we just got tired of waiting on other people to live our life. So
mhm.
I get it if that's what he means.
Yep.
Mr. Gadget's in the house. Mark, Catfishing Crappy. How you doing, guys? It's D is in the house. How you doing, D? You got a pink fish counter on the way to you that that Betty really wanted, but
Yeah.
you want it. Chad won it for you.
That's all right. If anybody else got it, I'm glad it was D.
That's right. Joe Buck is in the house. We got PD Fishing. What's up, buddy? Looking forward to seeing him and K and B and some other folks. We're doing a tournament this weekend coming up. We're doing Jeff Manning's Grand Slam tournament up on Lake Wiley. That should be fun.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah, I've never been on Lake Wiley, so I hope that Mr. Ian from Quarantine Blues and Brian from Flint Hill Catfishing can show me around.
I hope to see some content from that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know I'll record everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who do you look up to as an angler?
Ooh, a lot of them. Actually, the first person I ever discovered when I started catfishing was Chris Souders.
Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't live too awful far from me. And then actually ran into him at my home lake one day. It was so funny. That was the first place I ever met him. He came down and was crappie fishing. And then we ran into him last month, I think, when we went to the river with Roger. So, but I mean, all your typical people like Bill Dance and Al Linder, I used to watch that stuff growing up. My sister's dad watched all that stuff. Yeah. So.
Cool. So, like Chris Souders, you would say is like for catfishing, that's the person who you would have learned the most from, probably.
Probably so. He's who I stumbled upon first, and I always watch all of his stuff. And I watch everybody's stuff. So, but probably since I have found him first and watched the longest, probably so. Yeah.
And he's like really forthcoming with all of the information. Like he's good about telling everything. He's not
a
one
great
of them
educator. Yes, he is. Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't care about, well, I don't want to give up all my secrets.
Right. So, but yeah.
KB's going to bother me if I don't put this one up. She looks up to everyone.
Right. Yeah, that one don't shock me. I'm surprised Tall Lyle didn't say that.
Hey, Muskrat, welcome to the show. I saw Mike Turner come in too. Welcome.
Buddy.
What is it about fishing that keeps bringing you back?
Oh, I just keep wanting a bigger fish. I just want to top the biggest one every single time.
Mm-hmm.
Go
ahead. I'm sorry.
Fish that's as tall as me, which that would be real hard to do.
Now you're doing it to yourself. You opened that door up wide open.
The short people jokes are nothing new. Trust me. But yeah, I always want bigger and better. Yeah.
I think we all do. I think we all I'm still waiting on my big one. Now, to be honest, I've probably been catfishing just as long as you have, like targeting the species.
Mm-hmm.
I just started doing YouTube like a year ago, basically.
You just said 700. I seen that.
Yeah, that happened today. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that it's kind of funny. That Kool-Aid video was something that, and I'm gonna give Norm credit. Norm from Catfish Headhunters kind of gave me the idea, and I just took. He did something with like cherry Kool-Aid, and I was like, that seems interesting. And I've never tried chicken for bait. I've never tried Kool-Aid, obviously, for bait. And I was like, and it all goes back to I've only been targeting the species for a year. So I was like, well, what if I need a really good thumbnail? So I was like, well, what color Kool-Aid can I get? And so I just got 4 different colors, and it went on from there. And I ended up catching a bunch of fish. And I don't know if you know, but I like. I'm sorry, I'm hearing myself in the background. I have videos like loaded up, ready to go. And so I have like 8 that's supposed to come out before that one. I said, no, I'm going to go ahead and put this one out.
Yeah.
And it just kind of took off. Like, I think it's got like 2,700 views on it. It's crazy. In like one day.
That's a big thing. A lot of people use the Kool-Aid and chicken. I've never done it. I have used chicken breast before. A lot of channel cats in the creek. I've never used it in the lake or the river, but yeah. So
funny thing about that is I took the Kool-Aid chicken back out the Monday after that, and I guess because the wind was blowing, it was blowing all the bait. And I think I went live that night. Some of the guys in here were in there, but I was dragging it, and I didn't catch but 2 fish out there, and they were like this big.
Yeah.
And I think it was because the wind was blowing the bait off of the beds or the flats. But yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, I was really excited when I saw the numbers start blowing up. So
Yeah.
hopefully we can continue.
I've only caught on the chicken. I've only caught small channels, but like I said, that was like way back in the day when I used that. So
Yeah, I was surprised. That's what I thought I was going to catch was a bunch of channel catfish and maybe some baby blues. But man, I did catch a few little ones, but most of them were between 12 and 20 pounds. And
Hmm.
I was happy with
yeah,
that.
yeah. Hey, a catch is a catch.
That's right. So you kind of mentioned this when we were chatting. What's the hardest thing about being a lady angler in a sport that's pretty much dominated by men? And I mean dominated, not like they catch the biggest fish, but just there's way more men
What's the
in the sport.
hardest thing about it?
Yeah, because you mentioned something on Facebook about being a female a fisherman or angler,
Yeah.
and that kind of just got me sparked. Like, I wonder what she feels like uh, holistically about the whole thing. Like, do you feel like it's harder for you to have your voice?
Sometimes it just depends on the situation. There's different situations. There's people that think because I'm a woman, it's not recognizable to be a catfish angler in general. So that's part of it. And then I get a lot of unwanted flirtation. That's another big thing. But I say it all the time. I have thick skin. I can handle it. So nothing's going to stop my fun. That's just all there is to it. It's what I enjoy doing. I love it. And nothing or nobody will stop it.
Yeah, I didn't know about the flirtation, but I can see that being a problem, And it's funny that they would do that since you fish with your husband like all the time. It's like,
Yeah.
my man is right there.
Yeah. A lot of times it has happened like in live situations before.
Really?
Yeah, it has. It's mild, but it has. It doesn't happen very often, but it does. But I I've never really had much issue with any of like our regulars, you want to call it, that hang out with us.
Yes.
And if I felt that anybody was crossing the line, you're gonna know right away. I mean,
I'm sure.
yeah, I just will kind of tell you.
One thing you're not, Betty Jean, is shy.
No, I'm not. I'm not at all. And I just kind of tell it like it is. And
That's right.
Fun.
That's the best way to do it. I mean, because then everybody knows what you're about, and they know, if you want the horns, go ahead and start picking.
They come out. They do.
That's right. Hey, Jason Lamb, John Patrick Jr., Catmandu Outdoors. Brandon Cross is in here. Look at that.
Hi, honey.
Supporting his wife. Mr. Gadget Fishing. What's up, buddy? I got to mail his clicker off tomorrow. Let's see. Zach Murray, new name to me. Welcome, Zach.
Zach fishes in Ohio. He
okay, cool.
Roger and Skip. I've never met Zach, but I hear them talk about him.
Nate thinks he's funny. Do I have that problem? I guess he's talking about with flirtation. No, since the majority of people, maybe Paula Smith watches my channel and Lindsay Knight every once in a while, and Betty. I think those are, and Dee and Mary. Well, I guess there are more females that watch the show, but no, they have never flirted with me, and I'm thankful for that. Not that they would want to anyway, but my wife would get feisty too. Believe that. No, and Nathan was being funny. He thinks he's. Hey, Miss Mary, how are you? I just said your name. Look at that. Hey, Corey Singleton. All right, this Facebook thing is bringing in some people that usually don't come. That's awesome. And look at that, Pastor Sean. Y'all seen him fish with me a bunch of times, and he caught a 40-pound blue the last time he came out.
I'm so jealous. I've never caught a blue.
Really?
Never.
Wow. Well, you guys really do have to come down, and we need to do like a meet and greet, like Avid's meet and greet, but something down in this area, and you got family down here. We can all go up to fish camp or whatever.
Well, that's what I said. Like, I had a trip planned to Santee. COVID ruined that.
That's right. You're
Yeah.
right.
So, but it's not really that far. I want to say it's an hour or an hour and a half from me at Kimbo. I don't know if you know where Dylan is, but that's where.
Yep, I do.
Yeah. So next time I'm down there, you're just going to take me out on that pontoon.
Listen, you and Brandon are always welcome, as well as pretty much anybody else in here. So we were talking about, and I just want to make sure that we get all of it, because I really want to, and Patriot James does a good job of this. I really want to make sure our female anglers have a voice, because I think it's cool that females are getting into it more and more. And Paula Smith lays a smackdown on some fish, and so does Lindsay. And what's the catfish duo?
Mm-hmm.
Him and his wife catch some monsters, man.
Yeah.
So you would say that just people kind of giving you a bad vibe would be the hardest thing about being a lady angler?
Yeah. I mean, it's really not that horrible, but I mean, you do run into issues that men don't deal with. So, I mean, if you kind of get my vibe.
I'm sure. Yeah. Nobody's trying to flirt with a 250 plus 30 something 40 something year old man out on a boat. So we definitely don't have that problem, and we definitely don't have to prove ourselves as much as you feel like you have to. And I say feel, but it's not really a feeling, it is the truth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's high expectations, I think, from a lot of people because I'm a woman, but the only expectation that I need to meet is my own. So I don't worry about any of that stuff. If I'm happy, that's all that matters.
There you go. Micah Murillo said, and by 250 plus, he really means 325 plus. Fishing with the Squirrels said, I would love to fish on Anna's boat. Not Kevin's boat, Anna's boat.
That's funny. All of our boats are named the Betty Jean. So
there you go.
Betty Jean and the Betty Jean 2.
There you go.
So they're
nothing wrong with that. I have no problem with people calling it her boat, because she lets me fish on her boat whenever I want.
There you go.
Yeah. So you're constantly sharing links from my channel and everybody's channel. You don't discriminate. If you like what they're doing, it seems like you share it. And so tell me what gives you the motivation to do that, and why you want to be so supportive of everybody. Because I think it's really cool.
When everybody's so spread out and so far away, there's not really a whole lot you can do. And that's just something really small and minor that you can do to get people's name out there, to get their channel out there. Whether anybody sees it or not, I mean, I don't know, but it can't hurt anything. So it's, I enjoy it. And if randomly somebody pops on and sees it, they might enjoy it. It might not be very many subscribers for you, but hey, it's out there.
But you know what's more important than subscribers, though, is people actually watching your video.
The view time.
Because the view time is harder to get than the subs.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
I look at view time way more than I look at subs.
Right. I don't look at any of it. So I just, it's just all fun for me, but I understand. I do understand a lot of people wanting it to their channel and their content to be a big thing. So it's something simple that I can do from so far away. So yeah.
No, we all appreciate it.
It takes 2
seconds. I'm gonna go ahead and speak for everybody that has a channel that you support. We all appreciate it.
No problem.
Ray Kirkendall, a new name for me too. I think it's great that there's becoming more female anglers. My daughter is all frills for church and Sunday, but when it's time to fish, she's ready to go.
There you go. That's
so
awesome.
See, and if anything, you being so confident and you getting out there and catching fish encourages other ladies to get out there and do the same.
Yep. And I'm not always catching fish. I actually stink at the live fish catching thing. Every time I
Most
go
of us
in,
do.
they shut off. So, and it's been rough here lately with the heat and the weather, but
Yeah,
it, to me, it's not always about catching. I just
it's
enjoy
not.
fishing. It's
Yeah,
fun. It's fun.
yeah,
And I wish more women would do it, but it's not for everybody. And I get that.
yeah.
So, but yeah, it is awesome to see. And it's awesome to see kids do it. I love that.
Amen.
Hmm.
Hey, Jimmy, what's up, man? Let me see if I missed anything. Avid, I missed Avid. What's up, Avid? Avid has a show on Friday nights, y'all. So if you want to go check him out, let's see. Anna said, "Yeah, don't be afraid to get slimy."
No, I'm not afraid of some fish slime at all.
Hey, S. Smith, how you doing, buddy? Stan, cool. Um, do you fish all year long, or do you take the winters off? I know we talked about it gets really cold in
Mhm.
Ohio, or colder than here anyway.
Mhm.
So do you take the winters off?
No. Mm-mm. We don't even winterize our boat. We still, I mean, like I said, I've only been in it a year, but last winter we didn't winterize our small boat. We won't winterize our big boat either. Um, so we'll take it out. And I do a lot more bank fishing in the winter. We do still take the boat out, but I fish with my mom a lot.
Oh, okay.
While Brandon's working. Brandon works a Monday through Friday job. So I only work 3 days a week. So me and my mom target crappie a lot in the winter. Yeah.
That's something I've never really got into is crappie fishing. And I know you think I say it wrong, and I think you say it wrong. We're just
I
gonna get
know.
over that.
Sorry.
uh,
My aunt
now I've
calls it
caught
crappie
them.
too.
Yeah. Is that the one from Dylan?
Yeah, and she calls
Yeah.
it, is it brim or bream or something?
Brim.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Everything's a brim,
yeah. Everything
except for a shell cracker.
right. Yeah, yeah.
We also have other names for stuff, and I'm going off on a tangent, but I think it's fun. We call little spotted sunfish, little brown ones with the dark spots. We call
Mhm.
those stump knockers because
Those
you always catch them around. Yeah. So
yeah.
when April and May comes around, I'll do a lot. I'll do some videos of shell cracker fishing. I tried to do them this year. I just couldn't get a good enough video for me to put out there. But we catch little stump knockers, and they're perfect for catfish bait.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. So you were saying, I'm sorry, I cut you off. I think I can't
Okay.
remember what I was saying because I went off on a tangent.
You
You
were talking
fish,
about winter fishing.
yeah. You said you fish from the bank with your mom a lot.
I do.
And so are you gonna do some live videos of fishing with your mom?
Very possible. If mom will allow it. Mom's not in the social media world. She doesn't even have a Facebook. So,
Mm,
but I would never put her on live if she didn't want to be. Um,
right,
so, but I mean, it's still possible I could do it with her off to the side.
right.
So, but yeah, it's possible. I'm exploring options in the live world as far as from the bank and stuff. So yeah,
I think it'd be cool.
yeah, hmm yeah. Because me
Uh,
and play some crappie in the winter. Love it.
oh, and that's what I was talking about. Crappie. I never really targeted them. I've
Oh,
caught them shell cracker fishing. They'll come, and I'll catch one every once in a while. But actually going out and using jigs and minnows and all that, I just never got into it.
I'm telling you what,
Uh,
I could eat crappie every day.
that's what I
It.
hear. Like
I
I've eaten them
love it.
before,
Yes.
but we'll fillet them and we'll just put them in the same bag as the brim.
Uh-huh.
So when you fry them up, you really can't tell the
Oh,
difference. And
what?
so I
Bluegills.
really don't know what a crappie tastes like as opposed to a brim.
I love them both. I don't think I could
Yeah.
choose. If you told me to choose one or the other, I don't know that I could.
Mhm.
Yeah. Delicious.
Jimmy, these hats are from a company called Catfish Clothing. They have a Facebook page and they have a website. It's a really excellent company. I've bought everything that I have, so I'm not saying it because I'm sponsored or anything. That would be cool, but
Yeah.
I really like it. I really like the logo and everything. So go check them out. The owners are super, super awesome, and the customer service is awesome. So I always like to shout out companies that do a great job. Anna said, to be honest, I hate being cold. I don't enjoy the cold weather fishing as much.
I don't last as long.
Yeah.
I do get cold, and there's just it doesn't matter. I think there's a certain point. It's just too much. Now, I was talking to Lyle about this the other day, but they have like the enclosure for their boat
Oh yeah.
and heat it and stuff, and that's definitely possibly something for our future. It's just not in the budget, probably even for this
Right.
coming winter. But I actually have a battery operated heated coat. I do have one of those. Um,
Fancy.
yeah, I got it off Amazon. So I mean that helps, and I use a lot of the hand warmers and the foot warmers and stuff like that. I have like the double stuff fleece line jeans, and so I mean and when it's really really cold, and I'm talking really really cold, like 15. Um, I made it 5 hours, I think, in 15-degree weather on the bank, and it's always colder over the water usually.
Oh yeah, because you don't have any protection from the wind.
Right. And I'll tell you what protects you from the wind, a rain suit. That holds everything in. I put a rain suit over top. I have like a rain suit that's like 2 or 3 sizes too big for me for just the winter.
Right.
And I will put that over top of everything, and it holds your heat in. It protects you from the wind. It makes a huge difference. Yeah.
There you go. Quick tip from Betty right there.
Mm-hmm.
Get you a big rain suit.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, I really didn't do any winter fishing this past year. I'm such a pansy when it comes to cold weather, and maybe it's because I don't have cold weather gear.
Mm-hmm.
And River Certified Spencer, he kind of talked about that. He said, cold weather gear just changes the whole outlook on it. And
It does.
I don't know. I just don't know if I want to spend the money on all that when
It's
every
expensive.
once in a while we'll get a 15-degree winter, but not much.
Well, the biggest fight with that is with my line freezing. I was telling Lyle the other day I use that
Oh,
the Pam spray on my
okay.
eyes and my line when it's real cold like that. And I've never catfished when it's that cold, so I don't know as far as the bigger gear goes. But with my small stuff and my light tackle, it does pretty good. But I did struggle with it that day in that 15-degree. Even the Pam quit working after so long. So.
Yeah, it's spelled catfish with a K. Catfish clothing, Avid. Fishing with a squirrel said something earlier. He said, "Oh, he posted or Chad posted a link. There you go. You can go get it." And I remember what he said. He said long lining for crappie is super fun. I'm
Long.
not even sure what.
I don't know if he's talking, um, like drop shot. Maybe that's what we call it. Dead
I
sticking.
don't know. I
Don't use a
don't know.
bobber. I mean, that's like way
Yeah,
the way deep.
maybe just not with a bobber, probably.
Probably, yeah. So we do like the bobber. We do the drop shot or the dead sticking, we call it. And then sometimes we can do the drop shot dead sticking with slip bobbers, which I have to use a lot because I'm so short. So if they're very deep, I struggle with casting. Um,
Gotcha.
and then we troll for them too, bump troll.
Chad said Bass Pro Gore-Tex 100 mile per hour gear is nice.
That's what my mom has, and I'm jealous. I haven't spent the money.
Mark
Yeah.
says I spend big money on cold weather gear. That's what I've heard. Like, if you really want to be warm,
Mm-hmm.
I got a buddy heater, and I'm gonna try to put that on the pontoon and just point it towards me, and hopefully, I got a big enough boat now to where I can put one on there and feel safe with it.
Right.
Let's see. We had a couple other. I got some questions. I got more questions, but I don't want to miss anybody. See, Kev, we're lucky we don't have the cold winters. Yeah, we are, because I wouldn't be doing that. Long line trolling. Okay,
Oh, okay, yeah. That'd be like bump trolling for us.
bump
Yeah.
trolling. Yep,
Mm-hmm.
yep. Norm will be going on my boat this winter. Okay, sorry. Yeah, Jimmy, I fish Moultrie mostly, just because I'm afraid of Marion. Lake Marion, the stumps will they'll ruin your day,
That's
and
what
I
my
just don't.
aunt told me. She said, "Be really careful if you ever bring your boat because it's so full of stumps."
Yeah, I mean, and Moultrie is a lot more forgiving. So, uh, if those of you who don't know, kind of like, I'll give you the short abbreviated history of Santee Cooper, and James kind of talked about it the other day. But so there's two lakes and there's a canal that connect them, and they started building them before World War II, and so they were clear cutting them, and they Lake Moultrie mostly was clear cut, but then they started on Marion, and they the war effort started and they needed money pushed towards the war effort. So they stopped cutting. Um, People say they ran out of money, but I think the money was just reallocated towards the war. And so they just flooded it. And so there's towns under the water, there's graveyards, there's 2007 we had a really big drought and people rode four-wheelers where there was once 30 foot of water, and there's big giant concrete pillars like 30 foot tall in the lake, and there's 40-foot trees that you'd be driving by in 40 foot of water and you see the top of the tree right under the water, right off the canal. And I just
Yeah.
I'm okay if people call me a wimp or whatever, because at the end of the day, that day that it happens to them, I'm just going to be the wimp with a working boat and they're not.
Yeah, I'd probably be the same way.
Yeah. And now I have ventured out a little bit, right out of the mouth of the canal in the open area, and piece by piece I'll learn it. But as far as Lake Marion's concerned, they can have that. I just don't want to. I'm game. Oh, there's talking to each other again. All right, cool. Jimmy, that's where I caught my biggest 55 pounds. That's awesome. I'm still waiting on one that big. And I think that I might have one that big in the past, but I didn't used to weigh fish. So who
My
knows?
grandma caught a 51-pound channel out of Santee.
Wow, really?
No, not 51, 41. Yeah.
I mean, it's possible. It's
She
definitely
got
possible.
there's a picture of it floating around somewhere. But
That's cool.
yeah.
She should really post that because that doesn't happen anymore.
Well, she's not with us anymore, but my aunt has some pictures.
I got you.
Yeah, so my aunt has some pictures of it. They actually did a guided trip. So I mean, grandma was older.
Wow.
Stuff. So yeah, it was pretty cool.
Find that picture and post it, because the blues have really they've eaten up all the bait, and
Wow.
and the channels just don't get that big anymore. Every once in a while you'll catch a big one.
Yeah, and it's definitely a channel. I mean, I know a lot of people like confuse the blues and the channel, but it has the rounded anal fin and everything. I mean, it's definitely a channel. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's big. That's huge.
Yeah, it was really big, because I think like the world record or something isn't it out of CNC for like 53 or something like that?
I can't remember the weight, but yeah, it's around something like that.
Something like that. It's in the 50s. Because I said 51 at first, and I was like, no, that's not right, because it wasn't like anywhere near that. I think it was 41. I'm pretty sure. So.
Brad Castleberry's live on Marion. Good luck, brother. Stay safe.
Watch the stumps.
Yeah. Well, a lot of those guys have been fishing it way longer than I have. My dad even says he doesn't even want to mess with it. He grew up on the lakes. He said they used to ski all over Lake Marion, around Rocks Pond area. And when the drought came, he saw where he used to ski, and he said that he's lucky he didn't die when he was a teenager. You said before,
I won't be doing any plushies. No. Alligators.
Let's go ahead and do this. Because Plu-Chi. Yeah.
Plu-Cheese instead of Plu-Chi.
Plu-Chi. Yeah, my dad came up with that. He said that's the sound that the water makes when you dive in, because you get that first initial plu, and then when your feet hit and that water sucks up, that's the chi.
Yeah. Well, I make a lot of those sounds in the summer. I jump in the water a lot.
Yeah, and you don't have to worry about alligators up here. I mean, the places you don't want to go jumping in is like where, on the river and back in the coves and the little creeks and everything. Yeah, you don't want to go in there. No. But any place out in the main channel or up on Lake Moultrie, I mean, the only people that have problems with alligators are those that go snorkeling and swimming where they live. up in the swampy areas, up where there's lots of cover and all that stuff. And there's actually a guy, I think it's like 10 years ago now, maybe 15. He was snorkeling in basically a gator habitat, and it took his arm off,
Yeah.
and they had to cut its belly open to get it out.
Oh my
And
God.
he said, I don't blame the alligator. I'm like, well, neither do I. You're the
I
dumb
can't
one that was over there snorkeling.
I can't believe they actually got the alligator that bit him.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they, it was a big one, and they hunted it down and shot it and cut its belly open to get it off. Sorry if it's a little graphic, y'all, but
I'd have shot it if
it
it had
happened.
my arm.
Hey, Chunky Cats, what's up, buddy? All right. So you said before that you're just posting videos for fun, and you said that tonight. Do you think it'll ever develop into anything more serious? And I only say that because I started doing it for fun, and my fun kind of shifted into how big and how awesome can I make this thing, and the more that I produced the videos and the more that I put into it, the more fun I had. So do you ever see that happening for you?
Not intentionally.
Okay.
It's possible for anybody. I'm not
Right.
trying to brag or anything like that, but
Yeah.
no, not really for me, honestly, because I don't have that kind of time for the commitment. If it went huge, I probably still wouldn't put forth the time for that commitment because that's not a guarantee in life. There's always sick people. They always need nurses. And they say you can always fall back on it, but you'll lose your skill. And I don't think that I would throw everything that I've worked for in my career away for something like YouTube. Not that
Right.
I think that there's anything wrong with that. That's just my personal convictions for that. So no, I would never. I don't think I'd ever put forth that effort for it to get that big, honestly. And if it did, it would be insane. But yeah, I don't think I'd put forth that time and effort, honestly.
No, I agree with you. Like quitting the main job is not an option for a
Nope.
lot of us, and
Mm-mm.
not for me either.
Mm-mm.
So anything that I put out is in addition
Mm-hmm.
to what I do. So there's nothing wrong with what you're doing.
Right.
When you go live, I just like that you're out there chilling and trying to catch some fish, and
Yep.
you interact with people.
Mm-hmm.
I was just curious if you saw it like developing into anything different,
Yeah,
or anything more.
I don't foresee it. No. I mean, anything's possible, but I really don't
Hmm.
foresee it. I mean, I just think for a while, when I discovered the YouTube fishing world and the live thing, of course, Elstan, he's amazing. I love to sit there. I enjoy to sit there and watch people fish.
Hmm.
And if nobody else is on, I'll just pop on. I mean, hey, it's something to watch. If you don't have time, okay.
Hmm.
If you want to come hang out, okay. It's not a big deal. I'm not here for how many people's on and watching me. I don't care if there's one. I don't care if there's none. I'm just sitting there on my boat or wherever, and it's on if you want to view it, and if you don't, okay. So, because
Hmm.
I mean, I enjoy it when I'm not fishing or not working. So, I like to watch other people. So,
Yeah, it's soothing,
yeah.
and it opens up an avenue for those. And I'm not the first to say this, so I don't claim the thought, but it opens up the avenue for people that maybe don't have access to go fishing
Mm-hmm.
to at least experience it vicariously through you and me and Elston and Lyle and James and all, Avid,
Right.
Norm, everybody,
Mm-hmm.
Chad.
Mm-hmm.
So I really think that, and everybody has their own niche, and that's kind of like what I like. Not kind of, it is what I like about what COVID has done for all of YouTube catfishing is that, my show came out of it. Avid was doing his before, and Lyle and James, but then you came on, Chad, Chunky started back up,
Mm-hmm.
and started really killing it.
Yep.
And then you got Muskrat, he started his, Roger started, and I just think that everybody has their own style.
Hmm.
and everybody has their own niche, and I think it's really cool. Like you can tune into to yours, and we know that when we watch it, it's just gonna be you chilling, trying to catch some fish. You and Brandon,
Hmm.
maybe a guest on the boat,
Yep.
and I think maybe what people like the most about your what I like the most about your show. I don't want to speak for anybody else, but what I like is like when you're riding up the river and we're just looking at the trees
Hmm.
and some of us probably want to go stop right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Try that spot.
Yeah.
Um, Brandon Cross,
Oh,
he
what's he
said
up to?
he said maybe rated R. I'm
Yeah.
not sure what maybe he's referring to your show. I don't
Probably.
know. Hey Pond River boys, how you doing? Yep, Norm said we're all different.
Hmm.
Um, I'm gonna
I've,
come back
I've
later
learned
live.
a lot from watching other people too. So everybody does things differently. I've met some amazing people from this new YouTube journey I call. Like I met
Mm,
Roger. I actually ran into Roger before YouTube was even a big thing in my life at CatCon this year. So and
I
found
can't
out
wait.
he lives 45 minutes from me. So
Yeah.
yeah, so and like I said, I really want to start. Well, we were talking before we started the show. I really want to start traveling more and fishing new areas, when I can. And I've
Mm.
met a lot of people in different areas, and they tell me all the time, "Come on down, I'll show you around," and and those are great invites to have, and it's yeah, it's a good thing. It's awesome. I
Yeah,
love
and I
this
think
community. It's cool.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
think if you're intentional about what you're doing, like when you go visit these places and you're intentionally saying, "Hey, I'm going to go live." I think
Hmm.
that even though it's not your goal, I think you're going to grow organically
Hmm.
because when you get done, if you or when you type in your title in the StreamYard, you just say fishing Alabama or
Yeah.
fishing this water hole, whatever.
Hmm.
People are going to go search that on YouTube, and they're
Right.
going to say, "Oh,
Mhm.
yeah, so I fish there, and I want to see what she's doing."
Yeah.
So, like you said, it's unintentional that you would want to grow it, but I think
Right.
organically it might
Mhm.
do that on its own,
Yeah, it's definitely possible. So we'll just have to
and
wait and
and
see.
you're going to end up having a million subs, and
Oh,
you're gonna have to quit nursing to
no, I don't know. It would take an awful lot for me to quit while
a
I work
million.
my booty
A
off.
million
A lot.
subs would almost make me want
Whew,
to, because you can
that's
make money.
intimidating to think
It
about doing.
is, but I like what you said. Like even if and you know, uh, that short stint that Luke was live on my show with Chris and everything, he said it, and Chris said it. YouTube is not guaranteed. You don't know if it's going to shut down tomorrow. I
Exactly.
mean, what the Trump just put a ban on TikTok.
Oh,
What
really?
if yeah, so it's just social news, popular news, but I don't use TikTok anyway, so I don't care.
I don't either.
But but what if somebody bans YouTube, or what if they go bankrupt, or whatever, and then you've quit your job, and then
Yeah.
what do you do? So I like what you said. That's you always got to be thinking about the future.
Yep. My family comes first, so I got to
Amen.
take care of everybody.
Anna said, I like live chat so much because I get to know more about people I never knew before. It's like getting to hang out with your friends in the middle of the COVID madness.
Yes. Yes, Anna, it is.
We have a couple friends. We're actually having dinner with them on Thursday that when we went live last weekend to cook, um, they get to watch that, and they said it's cool because it's like we're hanging out with you guys in your house.
Next time, make something I like.
Oh, you don't like grits?
Oh no.
Oh man,
No.
you maybe if you tried mine, you might like them.
Oh, I tell you
But you
what,
have
I
family.
mean, my biological father was from South Carolina, and all that's where all my family down there is from my dad's side. So eh, there's been dad ate grits, my aunt ate grits, my grandma ate grits, my other aunt. I mean, I've tried them all different kinds of ways, and I
Oh,
think they're
dude, it's not for
absolutely
you.
disgusting. Oh, I can't do it.
Well, a little, I'll go ahead and say this. So I've been getting a lot of good feedback from that. So once a month, we're going to go live from the kitchen
Awesome.
instead of having a guest on, just to kind of mix it up. And, I don't always have to have guests on, although it's nice.
Mhm.
But we're going to do a low country boil.
Oh, cool.
Uh, do you know what that is since you know the low country?
Is that where you throw all the stuff in the pot? Like, I think I've seen people do it with like crawfish and stuff.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Um, so we use sausage and corn and potatoes, shrimp, and we
Yeah.
put crab legs in it.
Oh, I love crab legs.
So we'll be doing that
Yeah.
next month in September
Oh, that's
for
exciting.
one of the Sunday night things. Yeah, it's
No,
it's not.
I think that's totally cool, the cooking thing. I enjoy cooking. I do. Sometimes I'm too tired to cook after work, but
Yeah,
I really do.
you post some pretty good looking stuff on Facebook. You posted something today, like bacon wrap something, right?
Oh yeah, we had bacon wrapped chicken tenders. Those
Mm.
are really good. That's my mom's recipe.
Hey, honey, will you go cook that chicken that's in the refrigerator for after? I'm getting hungry now.
That's funny.
Stan says yes, 100%. For those of us that can't fish every week or every day like we want, y'all give us a chance to talk,
Yeah.
fish and talk every day. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. And Stan kind of shared a little bit of my story with him, and I feel him. I'm right there with him.
Hmm.
Matt Baker, I definitely look forward to watch everyone's videos. I always learn something new every day. Like when it comes to transporting rods, Kevin taught me how to do that without tangles. Oh, the Sabiki rig one. Yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
that's cool.
Uh, Kev just said short to Betty. Did I? I didn't mean
Probably.
it.
All right.
I think Jimmy asked earlier, and I don't know if he was talking to me or you, but what kind of baits do you use?
I like cut bait the best. We use a lot of shad and bluegill,
Mm,
carp. We use crappie heads. We're allowed to use those here in Ohio as long as they're
mhm,
within size. So if we catch crappie, we fillet them. We keep the heads and freeze them. That's
mm,
what Brandon caught that humongous gar on
mm.
that I posted a picture of
Yeah,
yesterday.
that was a big one.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it may not be big to some people, but it's big to us.
No,
So
that was a big one. That was a
it
good one.
was a pretty big one. So, but yeah, let me think. What else do we use? And that's pretty much it, I think.
Do you use like any stink baits or manufactured baits ever?
No,
Yeah,
my
I don't care for
Caleb
them either.
likes to. My stepson, he likes
Mm.
all those dip baits, and he's got some stinking crap laying on my boat over there now that I got to go get rid of. 'Cause I walked out there earlier to get my charging box, and I smelled it. Ugh. I'm not
So
with all that.
funny story, and it's gonna make me sound like somebody who wastes perfectly good things, but y'all don't. You may not understand what I was dealing with. I have little, those roto molded coolers like a Yeti or whatever.
Hmm.
Well, I have a cheap one, like an Igloo that I bought a long time ago from Sam's Club. I forgot that there was herring in it, and so I left it out.
Ew.
And yesterday marked a month since it had been sitting out, and I started smelling it from outside of the roto motor cooler. I was like, there is no way I'm getting that stink out of that cooler. It doesn't matter how much. And I didn't want to open it.
Yeah.
I thought I would probably die. There's probably maggots in it and probably aliens growing. So I took it to the landfill yesterday. And although it wasn't a super expensive cooler, like, not $100 or anything like that. But I was like, man, people are going to think I'm so wasteful, but they don't
If it was
understand what's in this thing.
if it was a Yeti and it was mine, it would have went in the trash, or Brandon would have
Oh
dealt with it,
man.
one or the other.
Yeah, like, and I live in a subdivision, so there's no like opening up and letting it air out.
Right.
You open that up, the HOA, all the Karens will be at your door
Oh
knocking it
yeah.
down.
Oh yeah.
Jimmy, she's in Ohio.
Yep.
Ohio. Let's see. What the what? She don't like grits. She
Mm,
just lost coolness points.
I'm sorry. I don't. I can't help it. I don't like them.
Duck Duckwurt's cats. New person in here. Welcome. Grits are wonderful with lots of grape jelly mixed in. Yeah.
I'll just eat the grape jelly by itself.
I don't know about that. I never tried it though, so I won't knock it. Duckworks, and I like that name, Duckworks Cats. That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
that's cool.
Betty lost her princess status. Hey, look at there. Mr. Chris Souders is in here on Facebook. She was just talking about how she looks up to you as an angler, Chris. I
Oh
hope I
yeah.
don't make her blush, but
Yeah, make it blush.
no. So yes, that's one of the first questions. She said that she looks up to you, and you were like the first YouTuber that you met, right?
Mhm.
Yep, and learned a lot. Anyone in the river, Hagen's broke down. Ooh,
Oh
oh
no!
no.
Somebody go rescue Hagen.
Yeah, somebody go rescue him. Question: what's a unique skill or something about Betty we don't know? Great question, Roger.
Oh, I'll leave it to Roger. Um, a unique skill. I don't think I really have a unique skill, other than a lot of people tell me they think it's cool that I can like can food and stuff like that, and not where I'm younger, and I
That's
do
awesome.
that. But I knew this question was going to come up, something that somebody didn't know about me, and I don't think probably anybody knows this about me. And one of the first things that people pick up on when they meet me or really spend time with me is I'm an old soul. And my favorite
Mm.
show in the entire world is I Love Lucy.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. That's something I think a lot of people don't know. Actually, I don't think anybody probably knew that that's ever in here besides my husband.
Yeah. He didn't know either.
No, he knew. I said he's
Oh,
probably
okay. I
the
was
only
about to
one that's
say.
ever,
Oh,
in
he's the only
here
one that
knows.
did.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I used to watch I Love Lucy on Nickelodeon at Nick at Night. You remember that?
Yep. Yep.
Nick
Andy
at
Griffith,
Night, man.
all that. But I Love Lucy is my favorite. I still watch it.
Open. There's talking about my cooler. Open the baby up and share it with the neighbors. Brandon said, "Oh yeah, definitely let the neighbors smell it. That would be fun." And my listen, I have neighbors to my right that are up in age, and they are so sweet. They probably wouldn't say anything about it, but I
Oh,
just can't do that to them. I
yeah, that's
could not
sweet.
do that to them. Chris said, "Thank you, Betty."
Oh, you're welcome.
Anybody able to help Hagen Grubbs?
Yes, somebody.
Yeah,
Oh,
hopefully somebody can go help him.
is he
Uh,
broke? Remember, he got stuck a while back, right on the dam.
yeah, he's got an old Mercury.
Yeah, I know. Mash one.
Matt is,
Yeah,
yeah, he's an
I
old
never
Mash
really got into
fanatic.
Mash, but I have watched it. Yeah.
Oh, he's broken down in a storm. Oof, man.
Oh,
Hopefully somebody can go down there and get him. I hope him and his son are gonna be all right. I'll
yeah.
pray for him real quick. Heavenly Father, we just ask that you protect Hagen and his boy, Lord, that you send somebody to their aid quickly so that they're able to get out of that storm and stay safe. I pray in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. Hopefully somebody can go get him. Chris Souders, love that show. Go and Golden Girls.
Golden
Oh
Girls is
Lord,
my second favorite.
you got everybody out here reminiscing on these old
I
shows now.
know. Yeah, I love. If I could only pick two, that's what it would be. Would be I Love Lucy and Golden Girls. But if I could only pick one, it'd be Lucy. It'd be Lucy. Yeah.
Betty is actually 60 years old.
Yeah. In my soul, I am. I really am. People say that all the time.
Let's see. They complained about me cleaning fish and deer in my driveway, so I moved to the road, and the city didn't say anything.
Where there's a will, there's a way. There's always a way.
um, what other hobbies do you enjoy? You said you used to be a coupon queen. You
I
still
did.
coupon?
I got into the couponing huge for a while. I still have a pretty nice stockpile in my basement, and I still do it some. I did it really, really hard for I don't know, a year or so, and now I just try to keep up like basic things. But I do. It's kind of a bad thing because I do get panicky if I get down to like one or two things or something, and then it's like and I never used to be like that, like, oh, I used the last laundry soap, I'll go to the store tomorrow. No,
Mhm.
not anymore. It's like,
That's
I
interesting.
had 25 bottles of this and now I have two. I gotta go get a bunch. So but yeah, gardening was a big thing for me for a while. Couponing, canning, that was a lot of time spent with my grandma, the canning and gardening. Loved that. What else? I don't know. I'm kind of boring.
No, it's not boring. Like
I
Anna's into couponing, or not couponing, canning. Like
Yeah.
she'll can some stuff, and she's actually looking forward. She's getting a lot of peppers in her garden, and she's
Right.
she's about to make some like tomatoes too, tomato sauce and hot sauce and all kinds of stuff. We just ate some stuffed bell peppers last night. They were pretty good.
That sounds
First
good.
time I've ever ate a bell pepper in my life, believe it or not.
The first time I ever fixed Brandon stuffed peppers, he's like, "Is there a certain way you're supposed to eat this? I've never ate one before." Yeah.
Yeah, she said fermented hot sauce is her jam.
Ugh.
No pun intended.
I don't like anything hot.
Yeah, I'm not too big of a hot sauce person either. No, she is, and she'll put hot sauce on hot sauce.
Yeah, I barely even like black pepper. I don't like hot stuff.
Now I do like some black pepper now. I put black. It's just because that's not. I don't like the real vinegar taste. I think that's really what it is. I don't like the vinegary taste.
Yeah.
But black pepper, oh man, I can eat it all day long.
A little bit, but I'll cook with it, but I never add it to my plate. Like, yeah.
Gotcha. Oh, that's cool. I can a bunch of deer, pork, chicken, and bacon. I have backup.
Yep.
Man, I'd love to have like canned deer. Now, Anna's grandmother canned sausage. And although it doesn't smell the best when you crack the can open, it tastes great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it tastes great. Let's
so
see.
Much stuff you can. It's crazy.
Yeah. First stuffed bell pepper, not much on hot sauce. Ideas. Hey, listen, I was brought up on grits and toast and all the stuff that makes me look like I am now. So Anna's really opened me up to trying some new things. And I really don't like hot peppers. So when I tasted one of her peppers and it was kind of sweet. I was like, okay, yeah, I can do that. I can try that out. DMV Whisker King. He's on here tonight. Welcome, buddy.
Sorry I missed your live. I finally slept for the first time in for like ever. I don't sleep very good, and I just crashed yesterday when we got back from the river. And
it'll do that to you.
Yeah.
Especially after you take a few ploochies, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Hey, I just showed that one. What was the one I was trying to? There we go. I can meat too. Canned chicken is really good.
Yep. Yeah.
Cool.
I do a lot of too for winter. Like I'll make like 15-gallon of chili or vegetable soup or something like that and can it. And then Brandon loves it. Like when I'm at work or something and I'm at work late and he'll just pop it open and heat it up.
Dee asked, does Betty plan to do a catch and cook? The food she posts on Facebook looks delicious.
Possible in the future. Yeah.
I would watch it.
Yeah, it's definitely possible.
Have crazy catfishing. The hotter, the better. Well, fella, listen. I bought a bunch of plants for Anna because I just like to surprise her with those when she's planting stuff. And our career school had Carolina Reapers, and so she's got a Carolina Reaper, several of them, and she said she's not going to try them. So I don't know how close you are to me, but I don't know if you can even mail Reapers. But if you want some, we got them.
No.
Oh man. 2 more questions. What's your favorite YouTube channel right now? What's a channel that when they put out a new one that you counting the minutes till you can watch it?
I've been watching fishing and stuff a lot here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Every time he pops something on, I'm like, oh, I gotta go watch this. But yeah, and I look forward to Luke's every Saturday too. So those are exciting. That's something that I'll never be. Like they're consistent about stuff, so you pretty much always know when they're coming out and stuff. So I look forward to those. But yeah, I've really been into fishing and stuff. Actually, since Brandon always watched him, and I'd seen him a few times. But,
right.
You're live with Chris when he popped on there. So, and that's when I really started watching his stuff a lot. So yeah, but right now,
see there, Keith, it pays to go live.
Yes. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, Keith, I love Keith's stuff. I mean,
yeah.
and really, he may not believe this, but it really doesn't matter what he makes. You know, after you start watching people for a while, you just like
Mhm.
watching them.
Mhm.
You know, you
Yep.
just like watching them. So,
Yep.
my YouTube shout out of the week, and I saw him in here earlier. He just posted a video of his mom and him catching fish.
Yeah.
Derek, Ohio Catfish Chasers. So, Chad, if you're still in here, buddy, can you put his link up? I'm pretty sure you already did, but go check out Derek. He's just getting started. He's trying out new things, and you know, he's really trying to put his footprint into the catfishing community. And he just had a good video come out. It was either yesterday or today. I watched it today,
Mhm.
but with him and his mom catfishing, and it kind of made me like, oh, I wish my mom would.
Aw.
My mom's body couldn't take it. Uh, so you know, I think that's awesome that his mom went with him. So go check out Ohio Catfish Chasers on YouTube. Uh, Watch his stuff. If you like it, go ahead and subscribe to him and give him some thumbs up. Help the guy out. And you know, it's tough for new YouTubers because you're not always the best when
Mhm.
you start out.
Yeah.
You know, you're just learning it, and what you think is cool. You know, somebody who's been watching like Luke Nichols for 8 years or 7 years or whatever, like they're like that's the standard.
Mhm.
And so some people, unfortunately, won't give you the benefit of the doubt that, you know, hey, they're just starting. I'm going to watch them grow.
Yeah.
And that's something that I like to do. I know you like to do that too.
Mhm.
Watch them and watch them grow. I
Yeah.
go back to my first, and again, it's only been a year, but I go back to even a year ago watching my first one. And I'm like, "Ugh, that's terrible. It's
I
god awful. Why would anybody want to watch that?"
I would watch, like, I mean, which I'm still super super new, but like after I post one, I used to always watch it like the first three or four I did, but now I don't. It's just like whatever. And like it was called debut. My first one, Chad, I think, talked me into it. And so I just went for it. I did it, but I
Yeah.
don't want to. I don't. It popped up the other day, like in a suggestive video or something, and I was like, I'm not watching that. I'm not doing it. No way.
It's good. It's good to go back and watch it because you see, it's also inspiring, you know,
Mhm.
to watch where you've come from and to know where you're going, or to see how you've grown
Right.
and what are the possibilities. That's why I kind of asked you that question earlier. You know, do you see it
Right.
going? And you know, I like that you were honest and you
Yeah.
said, you know, right now I don't see it happening, and it's not something I'm pushing for, but organically it might happen.
It might.
So everybody in chat, if you haven't gone and watch one of Betty Jean Cross's live streams, go check it out. I don't like to tell people to sub, but if you like it and you want to see her grow and you want to see more from her, go ahead and sub. That way you won't miss it. And show her some love and support because she does it for everybody else. And Betty, I really mean that. I really appreciate it. I love popping on Facebook and seeing that you've shared my video without me asking, and you shared other people's video without them asking. I think that's awesome, and it makes me smile every time. It really
Good.
does.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Um, that's about it. And anybody else have any questions for Betty? We're at over the hour mark, and she's got me hungry. Talking about chicken, bacon wrapped chicken. So
Yeah.
DMV Whisker King said my first video wasn't bad, but an editing marker crossed my whole screen, which really sucked. But slowly getting better with edits. Yeah, and editing is something you got to work on. You know, uh, my biggest advice to anybody who actually edits, like, you know, Betty does more of a live stream thing, but anybody who goes back and like edits pre-recorded stuff, watch other people, and watch how much they put. It's really a formula. It
Mhm.
really is. They put in so much of like fighting a catfish and talking and fight and doing everything, and you want those quick transitions. And I'm just now learning that. So you know, to those of you who are wondering, or maybe starting a channel, or maybe you've been doing it for a while and you just haven't grown, um, that's what I've started doing. Now I'm no kind of aficionado, you know, like Betty said, I'm I'm just now starting to grow, but I found that you get more when you look at your analytics, you get more feedback from that, and maybe one night we'll have just a YouTube talk about what are the analytics and how to read them, and how you can use those to grow your channel. Because I watch most of what I watch, other than you guys catfishing shows, is how to do YouTube and how to pay attention to those kind of things.
Yeah, I just do the live thing because I don't have time for editing. I really
Yeah,
don't.
it's easy.
If I just recorded stuff, it would just sit around and I would never do anything with it. So,
Yeah, and you got to do what works for you,
and
and
I
it
think the
works for
raw
you.
footage is awesome. Like, one of these days I'm gonna mess up, and I mean, it's no stranger. I'm no saint. I cuss
Me
word comes
neither.
out, whatever. But one of these days I'm really gonna mess up, probably. I
Yeah,
will, but
you know, and that's the thing, and I'll go ahead and say it. I share my faith openly, and so when I make a mistake, it's compounded, and people really dig into me pretty hard. But I'm okay with it because it shows that you know the only perfect one is the one above, and if there was anything different, then we wouldn't have anything to look forward to in my eyes. So, we all fall short of the glory of God. We're all sinners, so I don't ever want you to feel bad about letting something slip, or
I
just be
don't.
you.
I
Just
don't
be
ever.
you.
I mean, what you see is what you get. That's the way
Amen.
it is with me. I mean, it really.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm really not different. Just sitting at home or
I
whatever.
believe that. I
Yeah.
believe that 100%.
Yep.
And I feel the same way about me. What you see is what you get.
Yep.
And
It
you
takes
know,
all kinds to make the world go round. So.
that's right.
Yep.
That's right. We all got to be open-minded and accept everybody for who they are. Um, no matter how they talk or what they say or what they do. You don't have to be their best friend,
Right.
but just don't put them down for it.
Yep.
Don't put them down. But anyway, that's a whole nother show.
It is. It definitely is.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna pray us out, Betty.
Okay.
Heavenly Father, I thank you for Betty Jean Cross. I thank you for what she does for lady anglers, and I just pray that young women would start to look up to anglers like her and Paula and Lindsay and Dee and Mary and all these ladies that are out there trying to make a difference and show other women that you don't have to be a man to go fish and do well and be entertaining. And Lord, I just thank you for people like Betty and people like the others that I've mentioned. I thank you for this live stream, this channel where I'm able to share my love for you. I thank you for all the friends that you've shown me through this YouTube community. And although I've met not even a 1% of them, Lord, I feel like I've known them for years, and I know that's you putting your hand in it and making everybody share that love together, Lord. I thank you for a country to where we can do this and we don't have to fear anyone knocking down our door to come shut us down, Lord, that we can talk openly about what we love freely and without persecution. I thank you also for Betty, for her nursing, Lord, that she's on the front lines and that she's making a difference in helping people stay healthy, Lord, and getting them out of trouble. I just appreciate that so much, and I appreciate all of our nurses and doctors and our people on the front lines. And we give you all the glory. It's in Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right. Well, thank you so much. It was such a pleasure to have you on.
Thank you.
And maybe a little time down the road we'll have you on, and we'll see if those numbers, in your opinion, about YouTube have changed.
Possibly.
Awesome. All right, everybody. Good night. Thank you for coming in, and we'll see you on the next one.
Good night.